Good morning, my crafty creatures. I am. I'm having all kinds of fun, all kinds of technical difficulties, mostly because I'm barely awake. Oh, there we go. So all my bots joined. Oh, you get to see the top of my screen. The reason I'm not in any sort of rush is A, it's my stream, I do what I want, and B, I'm working on 939, so there's not. I have this little area left. Now, it would be amazing if I got it done today. Let me tell you, I would be absolutely thrilled. Do I think it's going to happen? Maybe. Oh, I got to get my table over here. I do what I want most of the time. Uh, let's see. No, I had to like push all my cameras back and whatnot to organize some stuff. So this morning, instead of like making sure everything worked, I was doing painting and last night. So for all like 2.5 of you that are watching, um, we all know about that damn lizard rolling around TikTok, and my favorite pattern maker has a salamander pattern that I was working on. Well, I am working on. And yesterday I got to create the head, and Megan has a many options for the shape of the head and the body and whatnot. So the shape of the head that I picked for this particular lizard, the salamander, once I got it all done, looks like the lizard. So I'm going to have a lizard, like the lizard, lizard. I'm going to have something that looks like that as a desk guardian. He's in pieces right now, but I'll wheel back and get what I have. So one of the reasons, like, I know everybody watching my stream is a crafter and completely understands. But this guy, I haven't shaped him yet, and I haven't done any of the securing. But that's his face. Let's see if I can. He has red eyes, and once I get him secured, he will have the lizard face. That's lizard face. That's his head. That's his body. And I don't have any arms or anything else done because I literally got the two big parts done last night. But yeah, we have lizard, and it is going to be a fire lizard, and I'm not sure. I need to I need to have a conversation with the collective of yarn, because the options are for, I have tummy and back options for like plating, because he's a salamander. He's a elemental mythical creature. um, and I want him to have like a matching red, orange, brown tummy. His legs are going to be like his body and head. Um, but I'm not sure if I want him to have like dragon frills. If I just want him to have like um, just the lines going down his body and a solid down his back. I haven't quite decided where I want to go with the detailing, but that's the side project we're working on. And then, because I've managed to get my craft room all clean, I've realized I really haven't painted a damn thing all summer. So over the past couple days, because sometimes folks, I like to rush through things as much as the next person, but when it comes to painting and making it look good, gotta take your time. So this is not in its final form by any stretch of the imagination. It's only on like the second round, like it's on its second round, but this is also what I've been working on. I did the background yesterday, and it's actually still wet because I just put the dog on this morning. It does have blacklight friendly aspects. It has sunflowers on it that are blacklight reactive, but I'm going to outline those aspects with paint once it's all dried, and I can outline it appropriately. I'm going to outline it in paint so it shows up both normally and under blacklight. Yes. Yes, I did both layers. I did the background yesterday, and I did the stencil work this morning. I'm not an amazing artist. These are stencils that I use, and I layer and color them all by hand, just utilizing the stencil for the art. Oh, and welcome. I have the golden retriever and I have the Labrador in that style. Like, I try to nab them as I find them. Specific stencils are hard to find, so I generally buy like huge clumps of stencils, and I end up only using like one or two out of the entire crew. And mind you, like, I have my popular stencils. I have a cat that every time I have a few out there that like they sell like nobody's business, and I love it. But some of the stencils some of the stencil work that I thought would sell really well just kind of stagnates at my markets. So who knows? Oh, and yes, today, as I get myself in an upright and forward moving position, I will be hopefully getting this color done. So I've also been having a blast on my Facebook page. I've been going around and trying to show love to all kinds of local vendors here in Maine. I think I found my people with the weird fair market. I'm hoping circumstances are good that I can start doing like the horror con where I can bring my dragons. I get it. Well, okay. I was being told you can't hear me. I'm like, oh, really? The microphone's backing up again. But if you're cleaning in the neurodivergent fashion, then I completely understand. Whew. Just a fair warning. I'm expecting my cordwood delivery today. They said afternoon, but I never know. So if they call me and they're like, "Hey, we're on our way," I'm gonna cut stream short, unless it's like in. It really depends on the time, but sometimes it takes a little bit of work. But because I have to move husband creature's car, and then I have to tell them where to put the pile of wood, and it's just all kinds of special. I worked all weekend, and it was a good weekend. No one died, which is always a plus. Always a plus when no one dies. But I I've been trying to awkwardly interact with people who make similar stuff, but I don't want to impede on anybody else's business. Recently, one of my most fun interactions there are a couple of them, and they're Maine based. So I've actually met the people and had conversations with the faces behind them. There are other ones that I've interacted with that I have no idea who they are. I'm just being being me, but um, Nest of Nessie is one of them. She is a fantastic person, and we met in the most spicy way possible. Her biggest display broke while she was trying to bring it into the station and or the armory where I last had my market, and I helped her bring it in. And she was at the horror and oh, of course, incoming ad break. I know you can still see me, Dragon. Let's see, it was the horror and something con. But I think I want to try for that next year because I think that's my niche is the metaphysical, the witchy, and the horror, spooky kind of thing. And both Nest of Nessie and Shenanigans were there, and yeah, so I think that's gonna be where I will have my best luck is the Ren fairs, the fairy fairs. As much as I don't want to participate in any sort of labeling, the Hogwarts type things, just because of what I sell and whatnot. Oh bother! I forgot to mark down my clump of 10. I'll do it when I get back to the other side. So I think there's something chewing on my house, which isn't outside the line of possibility because it is getting to the fall season and critters are going to be looking to hide food in places and hide themselves in places and chew on my house. I think tomorrow I have to make an adventure out to double check that where I think I'm going to be having a marketplace on Saturday is actually having a marketplace on Saturday. Oh, milk truck's here. Ah, my brain is processing. I have more stuff to say. I'm just trying to get the words in the right order so it doesn't so it makes some sort of sense. Um, that and I'm also thinking about all the stuff that I still have to do before winter hits. Oh. Yeah. Uh, I totally lost it. My train of thought crashed. Yeah, if it ends up I don't have anything going on Saturday, then I don't know. I'll figure something out. I've been slowly getting almost everything that I have on the website and reorganizing it and making it look good. Oh, I was supposed to go down. Okay, so let's see. Got 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I am super excited. I really hope that I get this chunk done today, because it would just be phenomenal. And I'd hit 8%. Mhm. Oh, so I had friends who went to the Willie Nelson concert that I was hearing on Friday, and apparently it was really, really, really bad. Like they're like Sheryl Crow rock the world, um, but they couldn't figure out where Bob Dylan was on stage. He ended with no sort of like closure, and then when Willie Nelson got up there, he was just hacking up, and my coworker who had gone to the concert was like, my daughter spent almost $400 on tickets, and it wasn't worth that kind of money. And I just felt bad. She's like, and Willie Nelson is 92 years old. He shouldn't be touring anymore. He should be relaxing and whatnot. And I felt for her, and I felt for him. And like, I mean, they were paying to see the names, but at the same time, you got to realize the yes. Yeah, and he's still touring. And in all fairness, for people who don't know, um, the music industry is shit. When you just make records and whatnot, the musician doesn't make a whole lot of money in that fashion. Musicians and people like that make their money touring from the merchandise and the ticket sales. That's honestly where they make a good portion of their money. Just because of how poorly set up that the record and music industry is just making an album isn't enough. Um, like Tay Tay, her tours, yes, she's worth, yeah, she's one of the very, very lucky ones. But if she didn't do the touring that she does, she would not have the billions of dollars. And why do I know this random shit? Because I really like music and I wanted to be in the music industry, not necessarily as talent, um, but I have a really good ear. I only half joke, and I don't think people quite believe me um, when I say I can hear a mouse fart halfway across a room. And I mean, that's a bit of an exaggeration because mouse farts are very quiet. But I I have very, very good hearing. Um, And so, like, when an engine doesn't start, I can hear in an engine, and the bigger they are, the easier it is, but I can hear in an engine when it's not getting fuel, when it's not sparking. That's always, the not sparking is more of a, hey, I can feel the electricity rather than actual hearing, but I can tell what part of the engine is not doing the right thing. Um, if it's running and it's making a funny noise, I can generally identify where it is if I know enough about the car, mind you. Like if I know nothing. Well, thank you for coming, and I hope you get good sleep. But I wanted to be in the music industry to maybe like be one of the people be like, yeah, this needs to be your single. And but I learned that about that's how I learned about how little like studio work actually makes. Mhm. Oh, I wanted to share with you guys what pissed me off this morning because yeah, it pissed me off. So I've been applying to jobs for remote work, um, in the technical field. Nothing like nothing major, like just UX UI design, data analyst, like entry level, nothing spectacular. Um, and I have a strong. I've been in the medical field for ages, so I started applying on some medical jobs. And I did my research on the companies and I tried to do my due diligence, but one of them slipped through the cracks. So I applied for a entry level data analyst job for a Baylor Baylor White and Scott Health or Baylor Scott and White Health. Yeah, there we go. And they are a legitimate company. They are legitimately hiring people, just not the job that I applied for through Indeed. So this morning I get an email going, "Oh, hey, we want to interview you." And I got excited about it because I'm like, "Oh, hey, someone wants to interview me." And they're like, "Yeah, just drop this person a message." And so I did. And then I did some investigating on the email because they're like, "Yeah, you got to do." And the person's like, "Well, what's your full name? What's this? What's that?" And I'm like, "Well, if you had my application, you would have all of this information." And that's what set off the red flag. So I did my research and it was a scam and I was sad. Because all I want to do is have a good job that potentially could help people and that I can stay home and not have to wear and tear on my body so much. Because yesterday at work, my knee was taunting me. It's like, hey yo, um, just so you know, you didn't do anything to us, but we are gonna give out on you. And I'm like, you best not. So I took some Tylenol and made my knee forget that it hurt. uh, until this morning. And I'll take more Tylenol when I get to work so I can navigate. But until then, I just sit and hope it works itself out. And it stems from when I was shoveling all that dirt. Okay, so this week's streaming looks like it's going to be normal. So today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. I think next week is going to be insane. Friday is not a stream with Das day. It is my normal 10 to noon day because I do have to work, and it's also cycle fill day. So I'll probably I have to work, and then I have to work a long day. Yeah, oh my feature. Got over 4% on call dance. Woo woo. Yeah, I got a lot of little projects done over the course of the weekend, and I'm pleased with it. Like, no regrets. Hmm. My house is making noises. So I have mixed feelings about generic and name brand. Sometimes, sometimes you don't notice a difference. Like for me, I do not notice a difference between normal Vyvanse and my generic Vyvanse. So it works for me. So I'm not going to complain too much. I don't have to push too hard because it gives me the same general effect. Allows me to exist as a human being. But there are some out there like macaroni and cheese. I'm sorry. I am and we don't have choice in our existence. Like if you think you have choice, you're wrong. Unless you're like farming and making it yourself from the ground up, everything is owned by the same, and it's not a conspiracy theory. There are paper trails and financial proof that we only have the illusion of choice in the products that we purchase. Um and I know it sounds like super conspiracy theory, but it's not. Like it's the illusion of choice. And even though I'm saying this, like the the store brand and craft tastes different. Now I don't say this about everything because I've looked at labels and I've seen dollar store peanut butter is in fact Jif peanut butter, which I love. I love Jif. Um, and I know that the Vizio TVs are LG just on their their lower production crew. Like I know I have the knowledge, and that's why most of the time, I don't care. um, but some features come with the name, uh, and that's cool too. Like if you want to buy the name brand thing, fine. I'm not gonna judge you for it, but most of the time, it's not worth it. Not worth the price tag. Uh, that's why like the insulin I get is knockoff Lantus. Um, I did I did have a what I think to be a good conversation with the assistant res care director, who is like, I'm a straw boss. I'm a shift supervisor. I'm a straw boss. And yesterday, I got called in because I had made an error. And I did. I owned up to it. I legitimately made the error. I felt bad. There was no harm in it. It was the right medication, right dosing, wrong name. And it is essentially, I got two Lantus pens mixed up. Exact same Lantus. There was no knockoff Lantus. It was both Lantus insulin, just a new pen from the wrong box. And that's a med error, and I own it. I did it. I'm moving on from it. But in that conversation, I had to tell my assistant director that I'm like, I don't feel that I'm an effective supervisor. I'm a great leader. I'm a great resource to have. I don't feel that I've had enough training. I don't feel that I've had enough opportunity to be an effective supervisor because I'm always on a cart. I'm not on the desk. Everybody else seems to be getting the desk job, and I'm on the cart, and you're still demanding the supervisor workload of me, but I'm on the cart. And I prefaced it with I know I keep hearing about Judy, but I am not Judy. I am very good at the task you set in front of me. Doing the cart, I'm very good at the cart. But the cart and the supervisor role do not go hand in hand. And it was a very real conversation, and I think I finally had her hear me. And I told her, I'm like, if you guys don't think I'm good for the supervisor role, that's fine. I will always be a leader in the 3 to 11 shift because I know what's going on and I know how to handle things. I have no problem with that. But you're demanding things of me that you're not giving me time for. And with my disabilities, I try not to use them as excuses, but you have to realize that that is one of the reasons I'm not capable of doing everything that you want me to be doing, is because I do have limitations on my function. And I hate whipping it out as hey, this is what's going on, but oh yeah. I get that, Jules. That I do that all the time is the swap out. But yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what to I need more time to get comfortable in the supervisory role as a supervisor, because supervisors, yes, their job is complete and total oversight of the function of the floor. And when I am working the cart, I should not be expected to have the supervisory tasks that I can't get done. It's like I can do some of the things, but I have to make sure that the base level gets done. I can't be responsible for everybody else making sure that their base level gets done because I have my own base level that I have to get done. And I'm trying, but I'm gonna burn out if, well, I'm already in a perpetual state of burnout. Let's be real. I don't think I've known what not burnout is. And it was funny. I was showing my coworker a meme that I ran across. It was me. I need to take a day off so I can relax. Also, me. Is there any way that I can make relaxing more effective so it takes less time? And I've started to reach the point where it's like I want to do the things, but at the same time I can't. I can't. I got it was quickly redacted, but I got spoken to about someone not signing off on a person's meds and me not catching it. Now I went and I checked. It was on a day I wasn't there. So I best not get spoken to about not taking control of a situation when I wasn't even there. And I did address that with my supervisor, because when I came back, it was, they attempted to place fault on me for a count being wrong when it was on my 2-week vacation. And I went, I cannot control people when I am not here. And I had a talk with the person who did it, and I went, you need to, it's like, I need you to focus. And I know, because he works 6 days a week. He's a workhorse. And I was like, if you can just focus and please just take your time, because I had to help him fix the count. And I'm not opposed, like, if people make mistakes, I get it. I make mistakes too. I make a lot of mistakes. I accept them, and I try my hardest to not make them again. Do I always succeed? Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. But the best you can do is just take the accountability and try not to do it again. Oh, it's just so exhausting, because, and I've watched it, when it happens to them, they're like, oh well, can't do anything. But with me, they're like, well, this is your shift, why aren't you here fixing this? I'm like, pardon? Now, don't get me wrong, if they really wanted to, oh look, I'm welcoming myself. Wow, that sounds so dirty. Wow. If they let me have remote access, I could easily check it and just give a phone call or a text message to my coworkers, being like, yo, fix it. Because I'm away, because, like, I'm not off in La La Land, but I'm not gonna take the effort to come in for a whole 5 seconds. I could use discretionary time. Oh yes, I know what it's called. I just can't. I've almost hit 200 stitches. But so Friday, I had eye work. That was fun. My vision is actually much clearer, because the drugs are working. I took the drugs and the drugs are working. It gets foggy when it gets closer to. But so Monday, the 15th, I get another round on my other eye. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, I will be lifeguarding. So I will not be streaming Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next. Well, I don't generally stream Wednesday anyway, but Monday and Tuesday, I will not be around. I don't know why I'm playing Thread Chicken. I'm just kind of off in La La Land. That was actually, just one piece of string. Like, geez. At least I think it was. Maybe. So I found something to do with my pony beads that I have that I generally like. I think I'm gonna do a couple critters with some pony beads as decorations. Uh, oh my goodness! But I found a cute little star keychain that I have. I have keychain bits that I'm like, what am I gonna do with these? And I have an answer. I'm gonna make little star keychains out of like it takes 25 pony beads, and I have way more than 25 pony beads. But yeah, I'm gonna make enough to go with the keychains and donate them to bingo prizes at work and whatnot. Can't believe almost done another page. Mind you, most of this page has been 2 colors, but we're mostly done. I'm gonna have to find new goals maybe because I know I'm gonna get done this page before the end of the month. Though shouldn't open my mouth too loudly because that's when things are bound to happen. I am 90% sure that I will get this page done this month. Last night when I was getting home, I had pulled into my driveway and I was like, I shouldn't park here because I'll have to go out and move my car because when we get the cordwood, it takes up most of the driveway. And I park over on the side of the house, which I need to make the parking spot a little bit bigger, but eh. I really do hope that they call before they get here. Sometimes they just show up, and that always makes it weird. But yeah, if I don't have a market on Saturday, I'll be moving wood, cleaning my chimney first because I just haven't done that yet this year. It's going up, cleaning, get my chimney cleaned, my chimney cleaned because I have Zippy the Wonder Drill. Getting all my stovepipe and my stove cleaned and everything like that. And have my annual step in time dance number on my roof. No, that's actually not how I clean my chimney. My chimney has bottom access, so I bought a really nice chimney cleaning brush on Amazon, and I beat the inside of my chimney up using that. Mm-hmm. Hold on. My meds have been delivered. My Crestor. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Closing in on being done this color. For this page. Who knows if I'll get 200 or 400 stitches today. If I don't get close. Whew. The best part about the color I'm working on right now is that I don't have to keep highlighting every line because it's literally these 200 stitches is just, that's all it is. It's this color, nothing else. And I think the next block I might have to pay attention in a few places, but not right now. First 200, just back and forth. Oh, oh, I'm sure everybody will be surprised. I got called evil yesterday. It was kind of funny. So one of the residents is very particular and he's very misogynistic. He likes to play, he likes to play fuck games with the women on staff. And I hadn't seen him in a while, and due to the nature of why he's at the facility, he forgot my personality, which those of you listening in probably are going, how the fuck do you forget your personality? Surprises me too, because I am definitely I definitely leave an imprint. Whether it be good or bad, that is up to the perception of the person getting the imprint. but I leave one. And I apparently brought him his med too early by like 15 minutes. And I was like, okay, so here's the deal. I'm here now. I'm trying to get you your meds. You can either take it or I'm going to turn around, walk out the door, and you're not going to get it because you are giving me shit when I'm fully within my range to be giving you this med right now. And he tried to grumble and argue with me. I'm like, do you want this med or do you not want this med? He's like, well, I want the med. Then you need to take it now. And normally I wouldn't have had a problem just turning around and coming back later. But he decided to argue with me about, well, I can't take that now. It's gonna, I need to have something to eat with it. Now, mind you, dinner was half an hour away. You're well within your means of taking a med and then eating half an hour later. It recommends 500 calories. I'm sure. I know the residents well enough to know this game. So I have that little tiff and I'm like, whatever. And he's like, well, you're evil. I'm like, okay. Not 5 minutes later, he's like, can you help me fix my computer? I'm like, I don't know. I'm evil. Can I? Because at that point in time, I am allowed to sass. I'm not allowed to be unprofessional, but I am allowed to sass. And he was giving it as much as I was giving it. So it was equal level sass. And I go, I can help you fix your computer, but generally you don't call people who could potentially help you evil. And then my coworker and I are just sitting and chatting, and he comes out of his wing, and he's like to my coworker, don't you I like Sarah. I like her. She's really awesome. And my coworker goes, I love Sarah. She is fantastic. And he goes, I do too. And I'm just over sitting. I'm like, yeah, not bad for someone who's evil. Oh, because I had just got done telling her that story, which made it all the more hilarious. It's like, and it ended up like his mouse just needed to be recharged, but it's an Apple. So I don't know how to charge Apple mouses because it was plugged into the back of the computer and it was not charging. And it's a USB-C, and I'm not about to give up my adapter devices so that he can plug it into a USB charger because I don't get paid enough for that. So I threw another coworker who is actually really good with apples under the bus, and he works tonight, so hopefully it can be resolved. But it was just a matter of the mouse being inactive. But this gentleman, like, I was asking him questions about what the computer was and was not doing, getting a base level, and as I'm trying to evaluate it, he's telling me that I'm not doing it the way he was taught. I turned around and looked at him and went, do you want this fixed or not? And he shushed, but I think that's something I run into the most where I work is and like specifically with the old men, the little old ladies are just like, oh my goodness, you can fix this, you're so awesome. Like, I'll fix stuff for little old ladies any day of the week. Little old ladies, I will fix your stuff because you appreciate what I'm doing. Men like to hover over my shoulder and tell me that I'm doing it wrong, and I'm like, well, then why'd you ask me for help, fucker? It's like, I've actually had to say, if you don't back off and let me fix this, I'm not going to help you. Because it's sometimes it's just a matter of not being the exact same thing. It's like trying to explain to people that every interaction, and I'm not just being cutesy about this, every interaction I have with another person, even if I have a great relationship with them, every interaction with that person is a new interaction with me, where I have the base level with a lot of people, and I know the ins and the outs, and I can generally predict the reaction or the vibe. Every interaction is brand fucking new. And in doing that, and trying to explain that to people, it's like, so everything that I encounter is, well, yes, I have the societal base. It's a new interaction. Deal with it. It's that object permanence. I think that's the basis of the object permanence. Is this is a new interaction. While I know that there might be a history back here, I'm going to take this interaction as a new interaction. You have a blank slate to try again. And I can't always say that there's no animosity within the interaction, or there's no voice in the back of my head going, they just fucked you over and you're giving them another chance, because there is. But at the same time, I give people enough rope to hang themselves with, or to succeed with. What they opt to do with that rope is up to them. But that's where a lot of my patience comes from, is every interaction with me is a new opportunity to either strengthen a bond or weaken it. And it takes a lot of work to do, to manage, to mitigate. It's a machine that always needs fucking maintenance. Something is always breaking down. And sometimes the breakdown just like means I shut off. I'm almost at 200. So roughly 200 stitches an hour. That's not bad. A little less than 200 stitches an hour, because it is 5 past. But I've also been talking. Unintentional floss chicken. On the last row. Okay, I don't have enough floss. I just got a message from my friend about Storm Dog, Stormy. They're going to pick her up today, and her husband is her husband. Stormy was his first dog, his first like his soul dog. And as I'm typing to her, I start crying, and it is. It's like I told her, I'm like, I still cry. Um, I just try to lock it in a box. A moment of silence while I try to regain my. Oh, something happened. Oh my god. Apparently, my phone decided to be a turd. Oh, apparently, yep, my phone's being a turd. Oh well. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Nature reminded me that I do have to do stuff. Oh, okay. That's kind of funny. Let's make sure it's a true 10. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, teach. It is. Okay. Well, I know the color already marked where my 10 ends, so it works for me. So I roughly have 400. I have about 600 stitches left in this section 4. So we're probably not going to hit it today, but if we can get to 300, we can get to 300 today and 300 tomorrow, we will have conquered the 939 on the page. And that means I gotta do the work to get the next colors all lined up. Oh my god. I gotta send a song to my friend. One of my songs. Really? We got so much crying going on over here at the creature house. Why is my phone being a jerk? My computer's just being a turd. Okay. Apparently, the drugs are not working. The other drugs are not working. Okay. Back to focusing. 7.99%. We're going to hit 8% today, folks. We're absolutely hitting 8% today. I'm going to have a small party when we hit 10. Just like a little dance party. Nothing major. But also, Kelpie, if you're listening, I and Dragon too, if Dragon's listening too. The adoption piece of paper thing, I think I want to do that for my all of my little plushy things, like have a certificate of adoption, so when someone buys them, it can all be filled in, but they can put in the name themselves, like they can write the name that they choose, but all that other information can be there. So I want to thank you guys for inspiring me about it. Even if you're not listening, I want the world to know. I want all 5 people to know. Guys, go lay down, please. You're fine. Yeah, I'm just keeping my eyes out. I would not say no to that, like, because I think it's a great idea. It's a way to advertise both the pattern maker, and it gives people a little bit of a unique. It gives them a little bit of a uniqueness. And I think after I'm done using, after I'm at the end of this piece of string, I'm gonna call it a stream. I'll figure out how many stitches I did. See if we hit 8%, because I think we will. We're at 7.99, and I haven't highlighted the stitches that I've done on this current block. So okay. And again, I'd been thinking about that. I'm like, that's actually a really good idea to for what I have, like the little baby dragons too. I mean, the big ones are definitely a, a, a certificate of adoption. I even have nice paper. Funny, one of the things that I rescue at thrift stores is nice paper. You would not believe how much really nice paper goes to thrift stores. I'm like mine now. A lot of photo paper too, but I don't need the glossy photo paper. But I buy up the nice resume paper like nobody's business. I think I might have at least enough string to get halfway down, or get to one end. But this is the end of this piece of string, and I have to restock because I've used another skein of 939. So I think tomorrow we will conclude our epic adventure with 939. Okay. I only got half that line done, so I'm not going to mark it off as complete. So, we officially are at 8.01% on Divine Instinct. We broke 8%. Woo woo!
Did you know you can pet me? Check out the pet cafe.
We got 280 stitches done today, which is fantastic. Enough. We have whiny dogs. But I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Drink your water, take your meds. No. Pixie, I see. Rest. They're all worked up. So, be kind to yourself without harming others. Be kind to others without harming yourself. I'll be back here at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And we will conclude 939 on this page. I love y'all. Thank you for the gift of